So it looks like we're going to call this meeting to order. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 members present. Where's the meeting? No, yeah, 6 members present. So I'll read the minutes from the last meeting. If I can copy, it'd be great, but that's okay. As of the last meeting, the treasurer report was we had $17,633.38. Bills and things, new balance was $19,196.55. Trail report was there was brush hogging done around the loops and the new beach access. Bergy Road was signed. Hammerland still needs more signing. We adopted Hammerland as part of our trail system now. Scott Simons asked about a map of Hammerland. Matt said he was working on it. Eric Rexford, who is the owner, has a PDF map. It was done when he was having the land surveyed, sent to Matt, which we'll add to the website. Matt was able to share a screen, show the map as well as an aerial of Salmon Hole beach access. Scott Simons also asked if Hammerland trails were big enough for 2 side-by-sides to pass each other. Matt suggested the trails be one way with the exception of the entrance trail. Mary Ann asked Matt if the Hammerdown trails were more for advanced riders. And Matt said it was a mix of everything and trails would be signed accordingly. As of now, the John Elliott Loop is still closed. Matt needed to get with Scott, Schumann Champagne and the highway crew to see about helping to fix the washout. And Mark mentioned that he thinks GA could possibly take care of about $2,000 of the gravel for that. Membership total at that time, which was on July 12th, we had 191 memberships. The old business was the sprayer went out to spray excess of the trails for dust, seemed okay with loading water. Original pump that came with the sprayer kept flooding out, stopped using it for the time being. By the time we went through, I was done, I went through like 3 tanks of water with a new pump. The rear sprayer is going to need some revamping because it doesn't put out enough with either pump. So it says I've called Horse Meadow a few times, lots of times now actually. So that'll be discussed again later, but Mary Ann addressed tall grass growing around sides of the trails and around gates, wondered who mowed. That was a mistake, but they only mow once every 3 years. We can do trimming, but need equipment and volunteers. We'd like to see the club purchase this equipment so that way they can volunteer to use their own equipment. I suggested battery powered trimmers, chainsaw, hedge trimmers. Look at the cost and bring it to the table at the next meeting. Mary Ann asked about the surface repairs that she spoke with Clint Savage about and when that will be done. The club has no say when, we just supply the funding for the state and they lay the stuff down where they feel like it. So I mentioned seeing where the trail could benefit using GPS to map it. Matt Champagne mentioned there may be one spot of trail with big coarse rocks that bike riders would have trouble, but it looks like most places have had those rocks graded off. Maybe take a hard look at problem areas and suggest where they might be best. Alan wondered why it was up to the state where things were going when it was the club and trail users that deal with it on day to day and knows what needs to be done. So the question saying we usually offer suggestions, but the state ultimately gets to choose its own because it is the state's trail. Club applies for the grants and helps maintain the trail, but they usually do take our suggestions. And if there was anyone else with questions, and Mary Ann wanted to make sure it was on the record that her organization was more than willing to participate and help maintain the trail, and to keep them in mind when things like washouts, et cetera, happen, because they have access to various resources and donations that they can use to do that, because they also use the trail. She also mentioned helping with trail work, et cetera, and there's a big thank you at the bottom of this. Mary Ann, for all of the offers to help. Phil Gaunt took the opportunity to thank the club for offering a Zoom option to participate in the meeting. I thanked him and explained the decision was made because in-person being low, or to try to see if we can get more membership participation. We wanted to schedule a work session on Saturday the 16th or Sunday the 17th to sign Hammerland. He said Sunday would be better because, or Matt said Sunday would be better because that was his anniversary, and March mentioned he might not be able to make it to do the work. But Matt suggested a park at the trailhead at Hammerland. Sorry, not Hammerland, trailhead, Red Grove East and Wheelers. But there is access for vehicles up Burndy Road. Work session was scheduled at 10 a.m. And then the meeting was adjourned at 7:40.
I'll make a motion to accept. As read.
Matt Champagne seconded.
Matt's got a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's unanimous. Put that over there. So treasury report balance on June 22nd. The meeting was $19,196.55. We paid bills of $249.89, which included Woodsville Guarantee Savings Bank for, I don't know how many checks, for $20. $189 for stakes for Hammerland signing. There was, or will be, an invoice for $27.27 that I haven't paid Matt yet, but that's coming out of this month. Certified mail to Bureau of Trails for grant and aid filing for $5. Sprayer part for the water sprayer for $862 at Lowe's. A bank deposit at from Nova for memberships for $730. The new balance is $19,676.66, so we're keep gaining. Go ahead and motion on this one. No, so that's just information. Where do you go? New business.
You gotta do the.
Oh, the Trail Masters report, which is Matt. Where did he put that for me? In this
There's
file?
somewhere.
No, how's it done? Sorry, Trail Master report. I'll read it, Matt, because you're not disabled, but disadvantaged. So July 17th, they signed the Hammerland Main Trail. We'll see how it works. Might have to make it a one-way. Thank you to Scott Champagne, Scott Simons, Eric Rexford, Lindsay Champagne, the John Elliott Jr. Loop, Lisbon Highway went down and fixed the washout on the backside, fixed the large ruts when you go down and go in. Was able to use the material that was already there, so we did not have to purchase any. He also used the roadside mower to cut back on the trail, looks great. Charlie will be sending a bill for time and fuel. Trevor Presby donated 3 truckloads of Bank gravel to the club, which is now sitting behind Schofield's. We'll go down and put a sign on it, or sign in it. And we should send a thank you letter to both Trevor Presby and Kevin Schofield. Scott Champagne went down with a brush cutter and cut by the exit down at Dewey's. It was hard to see when coming up. Still really need to cut around gates. Some of them are very difficult. I purchased a couple of Culkin gun mounts and hopefully be able to carry a brush cutter easily. Let's see. Trail maps on the website have been changed from All Trails to Google Maps. Allows Matt to color code each trail and businesses along the way. Should we have some of these as a printed map is a question mark. Still working on the loops back into Lisbon, waiting to hear back from landowners. Sent an email to Chief Smith to find out if there have been any ATV complaints on Industrial Park Road or Burndy Road. is a suggestion about, if we're still having trouble getting board members, maybe pay for one OHRV and over registration, reimbursement at the end, so if they didn't complete their job responsibilities for the year, they don't get it back. Matt had a large tree down just past the Bath Bridge heading towards Woodsville that was removed. That's kind of the trail report. Matt, did I miss anything? And you can type if it's easier. I know there's more here, just the trail report side is what I'm entering. Okay. Old business, was there old business? Old business.
Mhm.
Old business, poker run. Poker run, need to get details out and posted on Facebook to start getting people, see what it would cost to have a vendor or a caterer available to cook. We don't have a lot of active members. We may not make money this year, but advertise our club and get more active members. And on that thought, the raffle prizes and solicitation in the Lisbon and Littleton area. So basically Lisbon Pizza, the new ice cream place, Dewey's, anywhere else you guys can think. Jody and I will take the Woodsville, North Haverhill area, kind of south area. Some places that we're more than happy to donate in the past may not be able to do due to hard time. Raffle items are used during the extra raffle, which is like slow beats in my.
They said they can't hear you.
Sorry, am I mumbling?
Yeah, you are.
I won't mumble. So, so Jody and I kind of can do North Hero, Woodsville, as far as soliciting donations. And we're looking to see about Lisbon or Littleton area. Someone would approach businesses there. And we do have a form letter, if that helps. So raffle items are used during the extra raffle, which the club gets that money. All poker ham runs go to the Omni Fund, which helps keep the Augie's Taking a Break, the picnic tables and that type of stuff. We would also need a kids prize budget if we can't get any donated. Each kid that comes to the poker run gets something. In the past, everybody asked everyone to bring a non-perishable food item. And they get a ticket towards a $50 Visa card at the end of it. The food items are then donated to the food pantry in Woodsville. I'll contact Frank Stiegler, who was it's actually Augie of Augie's Take a Break's dad. In the past, he and the Woodsville Guaranteed Savings Bank donated time, hamburgers and hot dogs and other food for the poker run. It was all donated. Frank was employed by them, but he retired. He said he would check to see how that would work and let us know, but I haven't heard anything back. Matt suggested maybe having it catered. As far as desserts go, Jody could possibly rally troops, get cookies, brownies, etc., made up and donated. So that's what I have along the poker run side. As we posted on Facebook, we're actually in need of another club secretary. Darlene decided it wasn't for her and stepped down. Basically, duties are note taking during meetings, typing up the notes in the meetings, minutes for member viewing, getting the meetings to, wow, can't talk about it. Getting the minutes to the president, and then reading the minutes at the next meeting for an acceptance vote. So if you know of anybody that wants to be a secretary, send them our way. So another part of old business was, as I talked on, was the need for a trimmer, and then the other the other items that we were talking about, trimmer, chainsaw, not so much a brush cutter, but maybe, or maybe a hedge trimmer to get some, and then a pole saw, I would think would be the ones we would get. I'd like to know, I would like to see what the club thinks about purchasing those for the club. And I do have some pictures of costs of some things, which were semi-random, sorry. Oh, I still don't hear me tonight. So most of those are somewhere, like the weed trimmer. They're somewhere in the $275-ish range. There's some yellow stuff too. So the trimmer, which is foldable, which hopefully would be better for some, though, if they have a side-by-side. The DeWalt one that I happen to see was right around $219. That's just the trimmer, nothing else, or with battery that is in charger. The chainsaw was right around $350, but these are DeWalt prices. But I didn't know if anybody wanted to entertain a fund to see or to purchase some of those. But we can discuss that. If you need more pertinent information, we can do that too.
I'll make a motion that purchase at least one chainsaw and one brush cutter for the club so they can use it on those things.
You want
I mean, I would think if you did
I was trying to find a package. I couldn't find a package where it was.
yeah, I would think if you should say, at least in my motion, I would make a motion up to $600, right? We'd cover both
That's
those
what
items.
those two were the wall.
And that way, I mean, if you
That would be-
find a better deal on something that
Right.
is good, is there, but I think up to $600 would be my motion. If anybody
The
wants a second.
only reason I went with that DeWalt trimmer was it folds and it's 40% short.
Yeah, definitely have the one that folds is better. I know mine,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
my steel one is I gotta take out my rear window in order to get it in there.
So Matt seconded. And any discussion? All in favor?
I,
Ollie? In favor? He might be muted.
How did you hear you?
he is muted
You
right
said I
now.
couldn't hear you.
You in favor, Ollie? Can you hear me? I saw you, Marion. Yep.
Okay.
I'm having trouble hearing you at all,
Can you hear me at all, Ollie, or no?
just barely.
Okay, so we made a motion on purchasing a trimmer, electric trimmer and electric saw, battery operated, I should say.
Okay, I agree.
Okay, just want to make sure that you got your vote. So if you, okay,
Make sure you talk out loud though, so you can't hear you.
that's trying. All right, new business. Matt would like to have the club purchase 5 signs from Vistaprint, total sum of $200 to put up at Augie's Trailhead, Lisbon Trailhead, the trailhead across from Jehovah Witness, and the Littleton Trailhead in Hammerland. It gets us out there and noticed. Is there a spot that they can see this at all? Or-
Basically, I can bring it up to
I was gonna
the
say, if you can.
camera itself.
Yeah, see if you can, it's that little spot. So what's, yeah, down.
This is-
right there, it's gonna, the sign is gonna look like the sticker. I mean, like the logo there. So we'd like to get a motion to spend $200 on those signs.
I guess my question would be, the Lisbon one, Matthew, is that gonna be at the trailhead?
Yeah,
We also talked about, I know there really should be a better sign at the trailhead in Lisbon, where they park.
where they park. So it says Lisbon Trailhead,
Yeah.
to help you.
Okay.
So I don't, he's probably typing really fast.
Yeah.
We can basically put them within reason wherever you go, you know, basically anywhere in that area, Lisbon Trailhead. But yeah, so that gets us out there. Notice there's a QR code about making a donation. I guess that's what we're looking for. Is, Matt says it'd be right around $200 for them to print it. 5 signs, was that 20 apiece? No.
I have one question on that.
Yes.
Is there any issue with Bureau of Trails and posting signs? Sometimes they get agitated about posting signs. Are you okay with that? No issues?
Yeah, that one's fine because it is because it's an ATV club. And I don't know on your cross New Hampshire signs too. I think that's possible those can go there too. And I would entertain that without a problem as long as it fits with. So.
I've just been cautious about that because I know they're picky. I've actually posted some in a few places where I didn't want to get people lost. I stuck them in there. I didn't tell anybody, and I pulled them out, before the snowmobile season. And Clinton has not said anything, and I've never said anything, so I guess it's all okay.
There you go. So,
I'll make a motion
I'll
for
second.
this, for the signs.
I'll second.
It's great for the club and better to have that
Mm-hmm.
out there.
Yep. Well, like I said, there's also the QR code.
Yeah, that QR code is a big thing nowadays, and people can use that and get a lot of stuff in their phone, so.
So on that note, we'd like to entertain, we'll call it a logo contest for possibly a new logo. So we've been a couple times trying to figure out if we want to not really change the logo, but update the logo. 2 years ago, just before COVID, we had brought it to the table about possibly changing the logo. There was a lot of discussion to be tabled and talked about at the next meeting, which was a year and a half later. And most of the people that were there are no longer part of the club. So I guess we're looking to see if anybody would be interested in adding, what am I looking for? Entering logos for the club to vote on. We can run it for starting at the end of the meeting until the next meeting, and then we'll,
Probably be a couple days before, that way we
Yeah,
have time to gather.
a couple days before the meeting. And then we can see what happens from there. If we keep the old logo, we keep the old logo. If we use the new logo, the person will wind up with some type of a prize and probably a shirt with a new logo on. And then, like I say, we'll just hang on to that for now, and at the next meeting, we can see what we've come up with.
So we're not gonna vote on getting the signs, or should we vote on getting the signs?
Sorry, I skipped
So
it.
we did do a motion, we have a second.
And all in favor on the signs, and I'll back up, I'm sorry, thank you. I have a yes,
All's in favor, aye.
it's aye,
Aye.
aye.
Okay.
Aye, I got an aye from Ollie, so it's unanimous for the signs. So let's wait 1 month, see if the new law, or, okay, we'll look. Do you want to purchase the signs as they are? Or do you want to wait for the new logo? Either way is fine with me, it just,
I think at least for now, we should
Purchase
try
the
to
signs.
purchase the signs, put
Okay.
them up. Otherwise, that's gonna put us, you
2
know,
months, it's gonna put us 2 months.
2 months at least behind for that, so, and maybe do
Yeah, that's what, yep,
you do that for a new design for the future for when those things come out.
Yep.
Or for next year or something.
so Matt, you can order those signs at your leisure. What else did I have, Joe?
There's,
Sounds good, that's what he said. What?
there was like a whole sentence or two.
He basically said before is, he would make a motion to hold the logo contest to run for 1 month and review it. You know, when it gets a T-shirt and logo,
Right, yeah, Yeah.
that's
right,
for after.
correct. And then, once we do either keep this logo, get the new logo, whichever, then we can look at getting club apparel, et cetera.
I think we definitely
We need
need
it,
to
right?
get a new one anyways, because I don't even know where the original file
Right.
for this one is, so we can't do anything.
The last time I got quote unquote club stickers for this, they wound up,
They photocopied an
photocopied
old
it
sticker
and
and it
then-
looked horrible.
Right,
So-
we did this with the town's logo, and it has to be in,
a PNG format, I think, is what they call it.
uh,
Some format.
mine, yeah, it was some format I really haven't heard of before, but that way, if it's blown up or shrunk, it stays the same with the dimensions, and I can't remember what the exact name of it. It's not a GIF, it's not a JPEG, it's,
Right,
it's, some other file.
Vector.
Vector, yeah, it's a vector file.
Yeah, vectors you can
Correct.
stretch a
Yeah.
lot.
Vector file, so,
okay, I think I've got, did I get everything? Acting secretary.
I'm just going through the stuff here, hold on. I don't know. Yeah, I think so. But if anybody wants to discuss anything else.
Right. Oh, I saw some Matt type something, I missed it though.
Oh. Did you mention his fluorescent stuff?
he says, also with the state mandating chainsaw training, the club should purchase chaps,
Yes, so,
helmet, ear protection.
sorry,
So
so,
the chaps are like 119.
so 1 second. Cause I talked to her about that.
Mm,
So we also, in purchasing the chainsaw, we also need to, so we, to attend the class, we would also, so I would entertain a motion for the following. I can't, obviously, being president, I can't make a motion. So to attend the class, it's required for a hard hat with face and ear protection. Don't care about the long pants. Cut resistant chaps that extend from the waist to the top of the boot. Steel or toe composite, which somebody will have to supply. Safety eyewear, gloves, and a little, so basically I'm looking for so basically the personal PPE, the hard hat with the face and ear protection. And it says recommended safety eyewear, but I think that's face and ear protection with the, I bet you that's safety glasses inside the safety eyewear protection. So basically, the saw should come with a set of chaps, a hard hat with face and ear protection that the club owns, basically, is those two would get us by their stuff.
Right.
So I would entertain a motion to purchase a hard hat with face and ear protection. The safety eyewear. It says gloves, but I don't think we need to worry about that. And then basically, it also says it needs chainsaw oil and a chainsaw file. So if somebody wanted to make a motion to do that.
I'll do that. I'll do it. I'll make a motion that the club purchase whatever safety equipment is necessary for using the chainsaw and whatever training is required. Up to the $300. Is $300 really going to cover that, do you think, or should we say more?
Oh, as far, you're talking, so we already voted with the chainsaw, so that's separate.
Yeah, I think that's separate, so that should cover it.
That'll be fine. If it's not, we'll figure out a different way to buy it.
Okay, for up to $300.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, and I'll second it.
So basically, when we buy a chainsaw, buy the rest to go with it over there.
Right.
Right, so that's where we're at there. So that's, motion, second.
Motion second, we just need to vote.
All in favor? That's what I was trying to figure, I was trying to figure out the words.
He's aye.
Sound good?
Good. Eyes, Matt, yep. Very good. So all in favor? Any other thing? I'm glad you mentioned that, because and I'm glad she sent me the chainsaw, class. See anything else?
No, nothing on the chat. That's
Okay.
it.
Motion to.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
It is
7:33.
7:33. Any second? Somebody ran away.
I'll be right away.
Matt seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye. Thank you, Ollie. Thank you, Marion.
Okay.